Hi everybody, how are you doing? I'm gonna wait a couple of minutes for some people to show up live. Ooh, I have some crazy stuff going on from the window in front of me here. I'm flashing. So how is everybody doing? If you're watching live, give me a wave, say hello. My name is Seanna Thomas, and we had a week off there because there was a lot going on, as you know, with the GTHL. So it was a week for us to just take off, reflect, take time to chill out. And so now we are back with our Nutrition Tuesdays. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Seanna Thomas. I'm a nutritionist. My company is called Hockey Snacks, and we provide nutrition information and education for teams and tournaments all over Canada and really the world now that we are online. So it's really exciting. We've teamed up with the GTHL to bring you the best nutrition tips, some recipes, some little tricks and hacks that you can use right away to help prepare yourself for the return of sport, to help give you more energy, help you recover faster, and really just help you with better performance overall. So today we are making our performance cookies, and these are, I call them my 3-ingredient performance cookies, but actually the base cookie is really only 2 ingredients. These are so simple to make, just absolutely crazy easy, and they are so good for you when it comes to performance, and I will explain why. So hi to everybody who's watching. Sorry, I keep flashing. There we go. That's a little bit better. So let me show you the 2 ingredients that make up these performance cookies, and I'm going to tell you why I love these ingredients so much and why I love these cookies. And really, when you're talking about cookies, it can't be bad, right? So the first ingredient is bananas, and you'll notice that these bananas have brown spots on them. That's because they're nice and ripe. You could even wait for them to get a little riper than this. Totally up to you, what you like. But we're going to start with 2 bananas, and this is ingredient number 1. So we want them to be nice and ripe. We don't want green bananas here. We don't want them to be too yellow. And the reason for that is, first of all, we're going to mash them up. So they're a lot easier to mash when they're ripe. But also, the natural sugars are really heightened as they ripe. They get sweeter as they ripen. So we don't have to add any sugar to these cookies because the bananas have all that natural sugar in them. And that is what sweetens up these cookies. So I'm just going to put these aside here. So we have 2 bananas in the bowl, and then, let me see if I can stop that from happening again. And we are just going to mash these up. So this is ingredient number 1. So why do I love bananas? You guys, bananas are such a great fuel for young athletes. So if we have young athletes watching right now, and you're a fan of bananas, just know you are doing your body something amazing. I always recommend to the young athletes that I work with that they have a banana 1 hour before any activity. Now, the hour is to give your body time to digest that food, but really bananas are very easy for the body to digest. They're completely, obviously natural. They're prepackaged, they're portioned, they're full of natural sugars and carbohydrates that young athletes need for energy. And they also have lots of minerals in them, like potassium, which they are known for. So that's an electrolyte. So you're really feeding your body when you're eating a banana, and it really is about timing. I mean, it's always a good time to eat a banana, but if you're eating a banana about an hour before any activity, that is when your body can really utilize those carbs, that sugar, that natural sugar in those bananas, and it turns it into glycogen in your muscles, and then that is a readily available energy for you guys. So that is one reason why I really like these in these performance cookies. Now, you'll notice I didn't call them a pre-game cookie or a post-game cookie because I'm going to show you how to make it both. And really what matters is that extra ingredient that we throw in there, and then when you eat it. So really, really important. So you can have a simple recipe like this. It doesn't have to be complicated to eat well as a performance athlete. You just need to know what to eat and when. And once you have that down, then you really can mix it up and really stick to what you like, and have some recipes on hand that you can make really, really easily. Okay. So I should tell you as well that I have preheated my oven to 350 degrees. So that is warming up right now. We have 2 bananas completely mashed in there. See, that only took me like 30 seconds. So we've mashed that up. To this, we're going to add our second ingredient, which is 2 cups of oats. Now we are using I love my oats. So we're using Splendor Garden. These are Canadian oats, so I always love to support Canada. They're based out of Saskatchewan. These are organic, they're gluten-free. Now, if that matters to you, if you have trouble tolerating gluten, or you're making them for your team and you don't know if there's some people that have sort of tummy issues with gluten, make sure you get certified gluten-free oats, because a lot of oats are processed in facilities that also process wheat. So if they're not certified, if it doesn't say it on it, it is possible they could contain gluten or some wheat products. So that's why I love this product. So we are gonna add 2 cups of oats to these bananas. Now remember, I said these were 2 ingredient performance cookies. So that's the base. Bananas and oats. And this is a 1/2 cup measurement. So I'm gonna add 4 of these here. And right there, this is an amazing pre-game cookie. So I will show you what I mean in just a second. So all we're doing is mixing that mashed banana with these rolled oats. And I'm using the quick rolled oats, the ones that are, you know, really small pieces and flattened a lot, not the thick ones or the steel cut. You don't want to use those. They're just not really going to work that well in this recipe, because this is a really fast recipe to make and fast recipe to cook. You want to make sure you're using those rolled oats and not the packages that have the sugar and the flavoring in them, just the plain rolled oats. So 2 bananas, 2 cups rolled oats, that's it. And this is an excellent pre-game cookie because, as I was explaining with the banana, you want to have carbs before any athletic activity. It is your main source of energy as a young athlete, and this is really what's going to fuel you and give you that energy. So this is loaded with carbohydrates. There is some fiber from the oats. There's lots of vitamins and minerals in here. Just really, really good stuff for you. Again, you don't want to eat too close to getting on the ice. So this isn't something that you would have right before. Definitely you want to give yourself at least an hour, maybe even 2, to allow your body to digest this. But having a couple of these with a glass of milk, maybe a couple hours before, is just absolutely ideal for young athletes. Now, you could take this as it is right now, make big like golf ball sized balls and then flatten them out and put them on a baking sheet with parchment paper, bake them for about 10 to 14 minutes, and then they're ready. This is it. This is, honestly, you could just eat them like this, but we're gonna fancy them up a little bit because, you know, just the banana and oats can get a little boring. But if you love the flavor of banana, then this is for you. So how do we make this? So this is a pre-game cookie right now, okay? It's just got carbs and pretty much that's it. So that's what you want when we're talking about pre-game. How do we make this into a post-game recovery snack? Really easy. You just want to add some protein. So after your activity, it's really important that you eat something within an hour, because that's when your muscles are ready to receive all those nutrients, and it's really going to help your recovery and your muscle repair. So you want to have something available to you within an hour of getting off the ice, and you want to make sure that it has carbs to replace those energy stores and that it has protein for muscle repair and recovery, not to mention muscle growth, okay? So that's really important. So right now, this is pretty much pure carbs, so we're going to add some protein. My favorite to add, especially to a cookie, Hemp Hearts. Hemp Hearts, not only is 3 tablespoons, has 10 grams of protein in it, but they're also full of calcium, healthy fats, omega-3s, which is really great for inflammation, so really good as a recovery snack as well. So we are going to turn these ones into a post-game recovery cookie by adding some Hemp Hearts. So we're just going to add some of those in there, and we're also going to add some flavors. So here's where you can get really creative and make these cookies your own. So you can add dried fruit, you can add nuts, you can add, I just added coconut to the ones I made earlier. You could add nuts and seeds, you could add peanut butter, you could add chocolate chips, whatever you want, whatever you're feeling. You could just bake them plain like this and add a drizzle of something after, or make little sandwiches with some jam. You could get really creative because the cookies are so simple to make. Once they're done, you know, then you can kind of go crazy with how you eat them. So we've added the hemp heart. So there we have that extra protein, those healthy fats, all that goodness, extra fiber. And now we're going to add some flavors. So to this one, I'm going to add some dried blueberries. So I love dried fruit. You could even add, if you have trail mix, add a whole handful of trail mix in there. And we're going to also add some walnuts. So really have some amazing healthy fats in here, some dried fruit just to give it that little bit of burst of flavor, and of course, you know, all the vitamins and minerals from the fruit, the banana, the hemp hearts, the oats. And let me just show you really quickly how it's going to look when we put it on the sheet. So I just have parchment paper on a baking sheet, and what we're going to do is you always want to wash your hands, and then we're going to take about a golf ball sized bit of this dough, and it's going to be a little bit sticky, and that's totally fine. And we're just going to roll it out like this into a ball, and then we're going to squish it. All right, and it just makes a nice little cookie, just like that. And you don't need any oil, you don't need anything else. You can just do this over and over and over. And this amount, the 2 bananas and the 2 cups of oats, makes about 12 to 14 cookies, I would say. So you can make a good amount of these and bake them up and have them for your whole week. Keep them in the car so you have them ready for you after a practice or a game. It's really important that you plan so that you can do the best thing for your body after activity. And these won't spread out too, so you can put them nice and close together. And then you want to bake them for about 10 to 12 minutes until the bottoms are a little bit brown, and that's it. Really, really simple, you guys. And like I said, after they're done, if you want to get fancy and make, you know, a chocolate drizzle or something, you could totally do that, or a glaze. But I'm going to keep it like this. And then I'm going to take my other half of the dough that I took out, and we're going to add chocolate chips to this one, just because it's my kid's absolute favorite. And you can add just a few chocolate chips to the dough. And we'll just mush that all together. So I'm just showing you, you know, a couple of different options. And, you know, the chocolate chips, if you're worried about the sugars and everything, it's just a few per cookie. It's not going to make or break, you know, a practice or a game, but it definitely will get this into your young athlete. So if the chocolate chips are the, you know, the deal breaker, whether they're going to eat them or not, then throw in the chocolate chips and get in that goodness of the banana and the oats. And if this is something you think you would make at home because it is so simple and so delicious, throw something in the comments. Let me know that, you know, this is something that you think you would make. It's definitely something that's simple, something that anybody, any age could make, nice and easy. And it's kind of fun, you know, just rolling them up and making them into that shape. Now, of course, if you wanted to, you could also, you know, press them into something and make a certain shape out of them. I like to keep it simple and just keep them this kind of round cookie shape. So like I said, as a pre-game cookie, the banana and the oat is really all you need. The more fiber and the more protein you add to it, the more time you need for your body to digest. So that's really important. So, you know, we added those hemp hearts after, and we added the nuts. So that really is going to make a difference in how close to your practice time you can eat them. Afterwards, you want to eat them as quickly as possible, but beforehand, your body needs that time to digest, because if you have too much food in your belly when you get on the ice, your body doesn't know whether to focus on performance or digestion, and it can actually hinder both. So you don't want that. You don't want to hinder your performance. You don't want to hinder your digestion and get cramps and all that stuff. So just give your body enough time to digest these, at least an hour, maybe 2, and then, you know, you're good to go, and you're going to have an abundance of energy for this practice or your game. And then, you know, you can switch over to your post-game recovery cookies and eat those afterwards, always remembering to hydrate. And then you're good to go, you guys. So that is it for my 2 to 3 ingredient, or I guess if I added the hemp hearts and the walnut and the blueberry, that'd be a 5 ingredient cookie. But really, it is so simple. It's really allergy friendly as well. So definitely something that you could introduce to your teams, your kids, something you could even make for school if you know they have a practice afterwards. Just a really versatile recipe that is really easy for you guys to use, and something that is good for pre and post. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you make them, and if you do, please post a picture, tag the GTHL, tag Hockey Snacks. I would love to see them. And if you have any questions, you can always hop over to the Hockey Snacks Instagram and send me a message there. I'm always happy to answer your questions. Once again, I'm Seanna Thomas from Hockey Snacks here for the GTHL Nutrition Tuesdays, and we will see you guys back here, same time, same place next Tuesday for our Q&A. So if you have any questions regarding nutrition and performance, just send them in and we will see you guys then. Have a great day. Bye, everybody.